Hello, let's continue looking at counseling intervention in this lesson of psychology and counseling. Last time we were talking about the understanding trauma. Today we are starting the subject which is entitled, which is module 3 of counseling intervention, which is trauma and crisis intervention models. These models provide a framework for crisis and trauma intervention, emphasizing empathy, active listening, and collaborative problem solving. They can be adapted to suit individual needs. So, when we are talking about trauma and crisis interventions, we use the models that are helpful to emphasize on empathy, active listening, and collaborative problem solving. They can be adapted according to individuals' need. So when we talk about counseling intervention, we are looking at trauma intervention. We are looking at the best way on how we can be able to handle people that are going through trauma or they are going through a crisis. So there is what is called the ABC model. This is assess the situation and individual. So before you start counseling a person, first you have to use the model which is called ABC model, which is number one, you assess the situation and the individual. So now here there are two things where there is an individual and also there is a situation. For example, this person was involved in an accident and his leg has been amputated. So now you are looking at the situation that happens and the trauma that this situation has brought, and also you are looking at the individual, which is the physical, and how this individual has lost the leg. Now, what you have to do, you have to assess to the extent or how are you going to intervene as a counselor. The second thing is that you have to build rapport and establish trust. You know, when people are in a crisis or when people are going through trauma, sometimes whatever you may say, it may be misunderstood, or it may not mean well to that person. So it is very much important to build rapport. Now, when we talk about building rapport, you know, sometimes people that are not counselors, when they see that situation to someone, then they'll say, it happens. Do you know what it means for a leg to be amputated? Do you know what it means to lose a parent? Do you know what it means? So saying it happens, or saying that God knows, or whatever encouragements that we are used traditionally, may not help someone who is in a crisis. So you need to build rapport. So in building rapport, that is where now you just go to your client and you just sit and start watching. Maybe you just hold the hand. You just hold the hand of the client and you don't say anything. So as you do that, there'll be this client will see that you care. Then if that client is crying, don't say stop crying, do what. Just get an or handkerchief, just wipe the tears of that client and don't say anything. So establish the rapport, and in establishing the rapport, or you just have to be there for your client. Don't speak first, don't start speaking, encouraging. No, you don't need that. Then crisis intervention and problem solving. Now, from there, you would find that the client is going to be is going to be to calm down, and they'll be able to trust you. They'll be able to confine themselves into you, and that is where now you go into problem solving. Then there is also what is called the learner's model. So listen, uh, as you build the rapport, what you need to do is active listening and empathy. Let the client speak, let the client cry, let the client say what they feel they have to say. Don't stop them. Your duty as a counselor is to listen. So when you are listening to a client, it shows that you you are understanding their feelings, you are understanding what they are going through. Then there is well, the other thing is validate, acknowledge and validate the feelings. You have to acknowledge it. When they say it is so painful, you have to acknowledge, I can see, yes, I understand, it must be painful. It's so heartbreaking breaking. So then you go on educate, provide information and resources. Just begins to talk about the issues, provide information, uh, the information that is relevant to a situation. Then support, offer ongoing support and follow up. Sometimes maybe the first day you may not even have to say anything, just have to listen to the client and validate what the client is saying. Just say, yes, I can imagine, I can see what you're going through, I understand, yeah, it's just too hard, I can see how you're feeling. So you are just validating. And then when you begin to make the follow up, that's when now you begin to tackle the issues slow by slow. Then there is also what is called Robert's 7 stage model. This is the model where you establish rapport and communicate empathy. Uh, I think we have talked about this. You define the problem and set boundaries. Now, you have to understand the problem and you have to set the boundaries. What can you say and what you cannot say? So you set that the boundaries on how you can be able to handle the situation. Then identify the individual's strengths and resources. What are the strengths of this individual? For example, this person has lost the husband, but she works. She can survive without the husband. So that is the potential and that is the strength of the your client. So that you are able to see and to provide the resources. You are able to identify the resources. After you begin to talk about, so how are we going to how do you feel? How are you going to raise the children? Uh, yes, your husband was providing, but I think the little that you have, you can be able to provide to your kids. You can be able to do this. So you are providing what is called, you identifying the resources, then explore alternatives and solutions. So now, what can be the solution in that situation? For example, I gave you the example where someone is his leg is amputated. So you have to look at it. What can be the solution over it? How are you going to help this person accept the situation? Maybe can you be using the crutches? Can you be given the artificial leg? So all that you just have to be there to help the client to think. You are not there to provide situation, but you are there to help your client to think. Then develop a plan and take action. So from here and there. Now, how are we going to move from the point of sickness, of the point of devastation up to the point of healing? So you have to set a plan, make follow-up and provide ongoing support. Ensure that you are hearing, you are taking, you are supporting them, you are making follow-up. How are they faring? Then terminate the intervention When you have seen that now the healing process has happened, you can now terminate and encourage the client now to move on with the life. Then there is also what is called Jellyland model. This model is a model that assesses the situation and individual. It establishes relationship and trust. So you assess the situation on individual, establish a relationship and build trust, identify and clarify the problems. Then there is ACT model. ACT model, it is ACT, which is acceptance. Acknowledge and accept the individual experience. Really, it is heartbreaking to this individual. Then you also the compassion, show empathy and understanding. Then the T is taking action. So there is number one, accept that the situation to the client it is hard, and then have compassion, have empathy, show empathy, understanding. Let the client know that you are there for them. You understand the situation. Then take the action. In taking the action, that is where now you help the client to move on. It's like, one thing that we do, you go at the funeral, you just go quiet and you are just quite there. Maybe you're just holding out as you are greeting the client, you just hold the client for some time. Then you release the hand, you just stay quiet. You let the client come, cry, and whatever. Then you now, that is, you show compassion. You show the client that you are there for them. Then you say, now, what are we going to do? Has a burial been arranged? Has this been done? So that is what is called the ACT model. So those are the models that we use in dealing with the crisis. So we say the first model is ABC, that is access, build, and intervene in a crisis. Then learner model, listen, validate, educate, support. And we said Robert's 7 stages, that is establish rapport and define the problem, identify the individuals, explore alternative, develop a plan, follow up, and provide ongoing support, terminate the intervention. And Gerard model, we said assess the situation, establish a relationship, identify the crisis. And the ACT model, we said accept, compassion, and taking action. Thank you so much for having been with me. Next time we are going to look at counseling intervention, and we're going to look at trauma counseling techniques. Thank you so much. See you in the next class, and God bless you.